Many of the patterns you bring into a relationship were formed long before your partner arrived. Before you said, "I do." Before you thought about commitment. Before love asked you to show up consistently. They were formed quietly over years of experience, observation, and survival. Some were shaped by childhood, by what you saw and what you didn't. Some were shaped by past relationships, by what you endured and what you tolerated. Some were formed in moments you barely noticed, but that your heart remembers. We call them habits, but they are more than routines. They are emotional scaffolding, the ways your mind and heart learned to respond when the world felt uncertain. Some habits are protective. They shield you from disappointment, rejection, or vulnerability. Others are defensive, preventing you from being fully seen. Some are unconscious, guiding your behavior without your awareness. And here's the key truth. You didn't choose many of these habits consciously. Yet they shape your relationships as decisively as any decision you make. Marriage exposes these patterns. Because intimacy is not optional in close relationships. Your habits meet your partner's habits. And together, they form a dynamic that is neither fully deliberate nor fully accidental. Many people mistake these patterns for character flaws, or blame their partner for triggering them, or pray for change as if transformation happens outside engagement. Faith invites a different perspective. It asks you to notice what is already present, to name the habits without judgment, to observe without condemnation, because awareness precedes choice. When you see a habit, you can decide whether it serves connection or distance, whether it strengthens love or erodes it, whether it reflects courage or fear. Consider avoidance, a habit formed to survive a previous emotional injury. In your relationship, it may manifest as withdrawing during conflict, not because you don't care, but because avoidance once kept you safe. Consider defensiveness, a habit learned to protect self-image. In marriage, it may surface when your partner offers gentle correction. Your response is immediate, instinctive, rehearsed. Consider over-accommodation, a habit to maintain harmony. In your relationship, it may lead to suppression of needs, slow resentment, and silent frustration. These habits are invisible to the eye, but they are visible to the heart, and they leave traces in communication, presence, and emotional availability. The first step toward growth is noticing. Noticing is not about blame. Noticing is about understanding. It is about pausing long enough to recognize the emotional scripts you carry into each interaction. Faith does not call for perfection. It calls for clarity and participation. You participate not by suppressing patterns, but by observing them. Not by condemning them, but by engaging them with honesty. This is why self-awareness matters more than advice. Because advice can change behavior temporarily. Awareness transforms the soil from which behavior grows. Some habits are easy to notice. You see the way you react under stress. You notice repetition in arguments. You recognize patterns of withdrawal or escalation. Others are subtle. A quiet tension in your body when your partner speaks. A mental checklist that runs in the background of your mind. A default interpretation that shapes responses before they are spoken. All of these are forming your relational experience, whether you intend them to or not. Faith asks us to attend to these inner realities, to treat them as invitations to reflection rather than accusations, to see them as material for growth rather than proof of inadequacy. Awareness is the bridge between unconscious habits and conscious love. Once you notice a habit, you can engage it. You can ask, why am I responding this way? What fear or belief is shaping this action? How could I respond differently without abandoning integrity? You will discover that many patterns are neutral in themselves. It is their application in relationship that matters. A habit born from fear may serve protection outside intimacy, but inside marriage it may create distance. Faith-informed self-reflection is about redirecting energy, not rejecting it. It is about forming character that supports love. About shaping habits to serve connection rather than isolation. About turning patterns from defense into wisdom. Before you move on, pause with these questions. Which emotional habits repeat in your interactions? Which patterns did you inherit rather than choose? And how could faith guide you to engage them with awareness and courage?